Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth. This is Pedaling Forward 365. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. So today I am coming at you with how to drink Turkish coffee. So last week's video, which I will put up here if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I explained that I got schooled in how to drink Turkish coffee, so let's dive in and see how you drink Turkish coffee properly.
Wait for a moment.
Okay, just so you guys know, we are at Cafe Alma, and this man right here is gonna give us the proper way to drink Bosnian coffee.
And the history of it.
Yes.
So welcome to Cafe Alma. My name is Yaz. I'm the owner of this place, and the cleaning lady, and pretty much everything in between. And I like to say that my job is to stand right there between those big bags of green coffee beans right there and your stomach when it comes to coffee processing. So within this shop, I roast, grind, pack, sell, make, explain, drink, inhale, smell of, and dream about coffee. And this here is traditional Bosnian coffee. And yes, it looks pretty much the same like Turkish, Greek, Israeli, Lebanese, Syrian, Jordanian, Iranian. Many coffees around, especially around that Middle Eastern kind of area of the world, look like that, and the Balkans, of course. And we can thank the Ottoman Empire for that, because they brought it to us and local people took it, added something, subtracted something, and then we have Bosnian coffee, and it is different than Turkish one. And I can talk for a very, very long time on how it's different, but you don't have that much time. And even if you did, your coffee doesn't, because it's going to get cold. So, in order to help you understand what traditional Bosnian coffee is, if I can give you sort of one sentence to help you in understanding that, that sentence would be: traditional Bosnian coffee is a ritual of time. We love our coffee, and we love our time with coffee even more. So much that coffee to go doesn't exist here. People don't like to take their coffee in their hand as they drive cars and pay the bills and do all these sorts of things. No, we like to sit down, enjoy coffee, and when that's done, then we go drive cars, pay the bills, and everything else. So it's pretty much complete opposite from what Western coffee is today, you know, Starbucks and all that big sort of stuff, and paper foam cups and all that sort of stuff. Exactly. So, when I brew the coffee itself, I put the coffee grounds in the bottom of this pot, and a separate pot over there. I boil the water. When the water is boiling, I pour it on top of the coffee, and as the steam comes inside from the boiling water, hits the coffee powder, lifts it up to the top. This is why this top looks so dark and thick now. We need to make sure that everything goes down so we can drink our coffee, not eat our coffee. And the procedure starts with a clean spoon, with a clean glass, with clean cold water inside, which you can still drink later on. And what we do is we take a couple of scoops of this cold water and we place it on the top. Why? Because cold water is a lot heavier than hot water. So it drops down towards the bottom of the pot, and as it drops on its way down, creates suction on the upper end and brings some of the coffee grounds down with it. So a little bit of science for something completely unscientific like a cup of coffee. And now in order to get the rest of the coffee grounds down, we'll never go inside and just start stirring things about, because that disturbs the grounds that are already sitting at the bottom, makes them fly up. And we want everything to go down so we have settled coffee with no grounds in it. And now with the spoon, I just remain on the top. I separate the coffee grounds from the edges of the pot, like so. And when all dark bits are sort of separated from the sides and they're in the middle, I'm going to scoop them up and just sort of release. Now what I'm trying to do with this folding gesture is I'm trying to get gravity to help me in pulling down on the coffee grounds and getting them through this already pretty much apparent coffee cream that is created on the top. Now I can ask you, doesn't this look much more like a cup of coffee than what I originally brought to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I like to say, since you do some work around your coffee, you want to make sure you get some reward at the end of this experience. Your reward is going to come to you in the shape of that first intense sip of coffee you're going to have. Now, the first sip of anything in life is unique. In fact, it's so unique that second time around you try that something is no longer first. That is why I take all this cream and I place it into your cup, because this cream shares the property of that first sip. When it goes away, it tends to never come back. And now I can say it's time to start pouring. And I can say your coffee has been served. You have some fresh drinking water right here so you can cleanse your palate before, during, or after a coffee experience. You have some Turkish Delight with rose petal flavor because it's custom to have something sweet with the coffee. In this pot there's another cup hidden. When you're pouring the second cup, you should be observing the stream that comes out of the pot into the cup, I guess, the coffee stream. It should be brown but transparent. The moment it becomes dark or muddy, you stop pouring because the coffee grounds start entering into your mouth or your cup first. There's no sugar, there's no milk, just pure black coffee, which I would urge you to try the way it is because I roast it and grind it and do everything with it. But in case you do want sugar,
okay, you guys, so I hope that was a little insight on how to drink Bosnian or Turkish coffee properly. Now, I did cut off one little point that he was telling me that you don't actually add the sugar cube to the coffee. If you need it to be a little sweeter, you actually dunk the sugar cube into the coffee and then take a bite of it and then take a sip of the coffee, let it all melt in your mouth, and then drink it that way. I know, it's a process. But after this trip to Bosnia, I fell in love with Turkish coffee. So if you're ever around in Bosnia or anywhere else that they serve it, I definitely recommend giving it a try. It is a experience for sure. And until next time, guys, keep pedaling forward.